am Shelby, the fit foodie farmer. This is Kurt. He's being weird right now. No, it's out of focus though.
Yeah, but if I stand up here with you, like.
Okay, I'll back up. All right, so the whole.
Wait, car.
Yeah, we live on the road. We know.
Welcome to the homestead on the highway.
Yes, that was the original. Like that was gonna be the name of our homestead because, like, we are on one of the busiest roads in the town that we live in. Unfortunately, but we don't live in the city. It's just a busy backcountry road, probably because the Walmart's there and the Dollar General's there, so main traffic highway. Anyway, the whole reason that we were wanting to shoot this video, or I was wanting to shoot this video, and he's just a, what'd you say, clown in my circus here?
Yep.
You're just a pig on my homestead, honey. You old hog. Anyway, no, you're the ass on my homestead. Okay. Now, they probably can't hear a word because of the traffic, but the whole reason...
Probably not!
The whole reason that I wanted to do this YouTube was just to talk about some of the farm projects that we've got going on, because if you don't live on a homestead, let me just tell you, there's always something to be done. There's always a project to be done. And if you do live on a homestead, then you know the struggles. If you have figured out a system, please let us know, because we're kind of like freestyling, like we're free spirit homesteaders that just kind of fly by the seat of our pants, and I make the list and he forgets the list or misplaces the list, and then we're back to square one. So
we stay busy even though it's just a half acre.
Yeah, we farm / homestead, whatever you want to call it, on how much is it? Like
0.6 acres.
0.6 acres. I can never remember that. So that is not much, and I think I have worked on utilizing every little square inch of this place that we've got. But we're actually going to go over like the homestead farm setup that we've got in another video. But what are some of the projects that we've got going right now?
Right now we're trying to turn the ground for the garden.
Yeah, if you can't see, he has turned my garden for me. I'm so excited. We got to take the tractor back to the barn and get another implement to finish it up. And I don't know if you can see this over here, but my raised beds are over there somewhere if you can see them. So he worked on building my raised beds, burning the raised beds, and now we're gonna do something like hugelkulture, if I'm saying that right, where we put like sticks and natural materials down, and then we'll fill it up with soil so we don't have to fill so much of the bed up with soil. But I'll show you all of that when we get done with it. He just got through doing the pig water, which I will show a clip of kind of what he done or what he's wanting to do with that. In just a second.
Last year we set up a rainwater catchment system around the house, which, by the way, if you're looking at doing that, do not use 55-gallon barrels because they will fill up every rainfall and you will be stuck pumping them out. So recently we had to get a jet pump so we can pump it down here to our big water system.
Here, let me show them.
When we first did it, we had it sitting on the ground here, and the problem is you don't have enough head pressure to run through a garden hose, because the whole idea is to water the garden, especially in the raised beds. So kind of defeats the purpose, especially if you can't put a bucket underneath it. Now, if you follow Doug and Stacy on YouTube, they actually did a video on their water system.
I'll try to find that and link it.
Okay. One issue you're going to have if you go to this, if you don't use some sort of electric pump to really give it some pressure, then that's where that whole head pressure comes in. So if you lift it off the ground, it's going to increase that pressure a little bit, but you're still going to need a 1-inch garden hose, most likely, and that's one of the things that they even recommended. Problem is they're so stinking high, because I think I priced them on Amazon, and it's like $140, something like that, for a 1-inch garden hose, like 50 feet.
There's no telling. So, everything's expensive nowadays.
It's ridiculous. So that's our plan with this. The stuff around the house is just used for the water collection, really, because our shed here, our marvelous shed that was here when we purchased the property,
that's like a piece of crap falling in, rusted.
So I actually tried to put gutters on it so that this would be a standalone catchment system. And the rafters are so deteriorated that you can't run a screw in them just to hang gutters.
And we both have our bikes in there, and he's got his forge set up, and the lawnmowers in there. And
yeah, so we might do some blacksmithing videos later.
But seriously though, if this thing decides to come down, like, we are screwed.
Yeah, we're gonna be pulling the Harleys from the rubble. So that's the whole idea behind the pig water. Mostly because I'm lazy and I don't like carrying water. Although I will have to fill that tank periodically. But that's the whole purpose of, I can take one water container with a jet pump, I'll be done with it.
Or you might be able to just feed a water hose out there.
I don't know, because it's going to have to fall here and it's going to have to rise the same height there.
But I mean, if you get the pump though, could you pump it whenever you needed to?
That's going to be my plan, is I'll just do that because that water hose will reach that far.
So what else we got? We've got the garden, obviously, the raised beds. We finished this, the pig water. Let me show you this pile of crap. So we had, how old was that tree? Like 150, you said, years old?
It was 100, I can't remember now. It started growing 13 years after the Civil War ended. I do know that. 13
years after the Civil War ended. So we opted for
and
what...
she killed it.
No, I didn't. That was not my choice. It was close to the house. It was Papa's choice, which he lovingly had it removed for us, which that's good, because I would have probably been worried every storm we got.
But, so, fun fact real quick, since we're talking about that tree. All oak trees have a tendency to die on the inside, and you don't never know it, so they're hollow. And they decide to fall down in high winds and stuff. And when the guys was cutting the tree, it was a pin oak tree. And they said a pin oak is the only oak that does not die from the inside out. So as long as the limbs are healthy, that tree is perfectly fine. And if you look, I mean, obviously it's been sitting here for what, 2 years now?
Yeah, ever since we bought this place.
Like it had no rotten spot in it. So if you have a pin oak, even if it's a large tree next to your house, then I personally wouldn't be too concerned unless the limbs started dying on it. Then you got something to be concerned about.
Full of useless information he is. So we're planning on getting all of this wood gone eventually. But that's really about all of the farm projects that we've got going on right now that I'm aware of.
That and remodeling the floors, that's about it.
Yeah, we are trying to put down our hardwood floors because, Lordy mercy, the dogs have completely annihilated the hardwood floors, and we got carpet that we need to get rid of. So we've got a lot going on around the homestead. So in the comments, let us know what you're doing on your homestead. Do we need to be doing anything else? Are we forgetting anything this time of year? But yeah, that's what we got going so far. So
and if you use raised beds, sorry to interrupt you. If you use raised beds, then let us know, because what was it you was talking about? Supposedly has difficulty growing on raised beds. Was it?
Oh, I read on the that backyard homestead. What was it? Backyard homestead or the sufficient backyard book that is really popular on, I think, on Facebook. He bought it for me, and I think they said that green beans didn't grow good in raised beds. I'm still gonna try it because I'm up for trying and experimenting anything when it comes to gardening. So if you have tried to grow anything in a raised bed, what grew good for you, what did not grow good? Because I've got raised beds around the house that we grew just a few things in over the past couple years that we've lived here. And we've had really good success with just about everything. So what grew good for y'all? What did not grow so well? Any raised bed tips and tricks? Because I'm always up for trying new things and learning new things. So
one of the reasons we're going with raised beds is just because we've had such good luck with the past ones we've had, and they've been really shallow. I mean, you was repurposing like dresser drawers and stuff.
Yes, I did do that.
So I mean, they're not deep raised beds. So we're trying. I went to a local lumber yard, and we got untreated lumber. It was just at the sawmill, and built them all 4x8. And we're gonna try different heights. So some of them will be like, we're probably gonna have a couple 6-inch beds, and the rest of them will be probably 1 foot to 18 inches. And we may do a pretty deep bed for our root crops, just so that she's not having to bend over when she's gardening. So that's kind of.
But I'm short, so it's not going to be that big of a deal.
So that's going to be one of the big perks, is kind of saving her back. Hopefully, with the higher yield, we can kind of cut down on how much we have to grow.
He's just mad because I plant way too much every year. That was his original plan with these darn raised beds. So he wouldn't have to bring the tractor over and I would plant less. I don't know why he complains.
Well, not bringing the tractor over is a benefit, but also...
We're still going to have to do it, though.
Hopefully, we will move from this prison one day. And,
I love our house. I love the location of our house, but I don't love being right here on the road. Like, that's the only, well, I'm not going to say the only downfall. Besides, like, being close to the road, I love it here. There's nothing that, we got great neighbors. Well, I mean, we've got
awesome neighbors.
Yeah, we've got great neighbors on this side and cows on that side. You can't beat that.
Yeah, and the owner of the cows, I mean, he's cool.
Yeah, so, I mean, we got it pretty good here. But this video is going to be like 20 minutes long and nobody is going to watch it. So we're going to end it here. So if you like this video, this homestead and farm video that we made, like and subscribe to my/our channel and let us know what you're doing on your homestead.
And hit the notification bell.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah, see, this is why I need you. So like and subscribe.
One last tip before you go. If you work with block, wear gloves.
Yeah, he's got band-aids on every finger. Anyway, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all. Go ahead and tell them about it while I'm trying to get this camera set up.
It's just a water container.
Well, I mean, what did you... I'm going to edit that out.
Yeah, edit that part out.
But...